Hello, everyone. It's High Priestess Jamila. Happy witching hour. You guys are probably going to hear some water running at the beginning of this, and then also rinsing, because I am over here cleaning up my kitchen. I have a tendency to do dishes late at night, so that is what I am doing right now. How are you guys doing? I know that there have been a lot of people that have been in an uproar about the president, and I wanted to come and speak on that. And then also, and I did do a reading just to let you guys know. So I'll let you know what spirit saw in cards as far as if Donald Trump is really sick. Okay. Also, we're going to talk about exorcisms, the need for them, and then also, in order for you to be able to perform exorcisms, there is a specific training that is needed. In fact, I do exorcisms on myself all the time, to be honest with you, because and it's necessary right now just because of all of the entities and stuff that people are conjuring. And so we'll talk about that today too. But first of all, I want to get on the Trump stuff. So what I found out, I did ask the spirits if Trump was actually really sick, and I got a no answer. I got a no answer to if he was really sick. Okay. So what they are saying is that it's being done for publicity and maybe even sympathy. However, Trump is sick. He's got an underlying condition. And so I asked if he would recover. If he's not sick, actually, if spirits have already told you that he's not sick, and you ask if he's going to recover, you could get somewhat of a, like kind of a confusing answer. But what I saw is that people are in fact doing work on the president. Like, I'm talking about witches are doing work on the president. Okay. They doing work on him because they do not want him in office anymore. And so I did see Trump getting sick. Okay. I did see that. He's got a lot of negative energy being pointed at him, not just by witches, but just by his enemies, period. So he has, what the hell? So he has a lot of issues. He has a lot of issues. Okay. When I asked what was going on, when I asked, who was it? I definitely did get the high priestess came up. So high priestess means that is somebody that is a higher level ranking, more knowledgeable, witch that is capable of doing probably, because I don't like to I don't like politics. Like, I don't like, one is doing it. I just think that some people are meant to do some things that others are not meant to do. Okay. And so whatever it is that is meant for you to do, obviously you're going to do it, and it's nothing anybody can do about it. So, I think that Donald Trump needs to get himself some spiritual protection. I didn't ask spirits if, like, because I could, if I were president, I would be a witch. I wouldn't be a president without, you know what I'm saying? Sorry, it's too much going on with that. Um, but I think that he needs to protect himself because I definitely see his health going up and down in the next couple of months. But you know, he definitely is very, very, very hated. I can tell you, it's a lot of people that hate the president. They do not want him running office. They don't. They don't want him in there. So, but it's a lot of people that do want him in. And like I said, I could see the American people voting him back in. I could see that happening. So, you know, because when I first heard that he was sick, like the next day, I was like, damn, you know, I think that people do work on him around the full moon, but, you know, that is because they feel, you know, and I will tell you that coincidentally, the past few years have been the most evil time in society. I mean, looking back spiritually, like I think that this needs to be well documented, which brings up my other point that I want to make with y'all today. Okay, so demons and entities. Hold on, y'all. So demons and entities have been literally on a rampage, literally for like the past 5 months. Okay, somewhere around May is when things kicked off. It kind of peaked in September, and now we're sort of going down. Okay, we're kind of going downhill because it already reached its peak. And so this is how demons get in. Demons get in by ignorance and people not knowing anything actually about real spiritual practices. I have seen people conjure demons but not know how to control them. And that means that you probably should not conjure them. I have seen people, you know, just do things out in the open. You know, like for example, if you go into a church and the, you know, or like one of those evangelist churches where they're doing exorcisms right there in front of everybody. There's no salt, there's no water, there's no nothing. They just do it, and so the demon just kind of jumps back and forth between different hosts. The crazy part about it is that my son, who is not necessarily a spiritual person, you can tell that the veil is getting thinner. You can tell that it's lifted because I was like absolutely like just, I don't want to say freaked out, but I was amazed by the dream that he had. He said that it was a demon just possessing everybody in our family. And I'm talking about family. Like he said, we were at a family reunion and there was a demon. It looked like a monster and it was just possessing everybody. And that's exactly what that is. I believe that it is a combination of fear and ignorance. Fear and ignorance, when you mix those two together, you're going to have a very, very sad time. So this is a very sad time in our history. Hey, ladies. Hey, Orion's daughter. Are you joining us for Samhain? Hey, Zybel. Hey. Y'all need to join Samhain. Guess what Samhain is? Samhain is protection. What is going to protect you? Venerating the ancestors. Okay, working with spirit. This whole time when we did Mabon, guess what Mabon was? Mabon was protection. Samhain is protection. So make sure that you guys join, and make sure that you guys join ASAP. Okay. Now, there is a reason why I do that. I do not practice messy magic. I do it in the safest way possible. I'm in a circle. I'm protecting myself. I'm calling to the spirits. A lot of people think I'm just going to light a candle with an intent, but you have to be able to protect yourself. This is the problem. I offer classes, and there's a lot of people that offer classes. There is nothing wrong with classes because you see perfect examples of people that don't have real basic knowledge. They're just doing things, and their stuff is backfiring. Their stuff is not manifesting. You know, spirits is doing all kind of crazy stuff. People are not practicing the way that they are supposed to, the safest way. And so, for example, the Sabbaths, you know, for some reason, you know, there's a lot of people that base their opinion on based upon you know, certain things. But when you look at our witchy ancestors, if you're using witchcraft, this has been the best way to do it. When you're calling on a deity, you're calling on the deity's energy. So a lot of people will look at deities and they'll go, oh, that deity's white, or that deity's black, or that deity is this or that. Deities are not ignorant. They are not racist. They don't care about any of that. They don't. I'm pretty sure that there are probably some deities that might be considered to be racist. I have not heard of any of them. Okay, so I can't figure out any of them that just looking back at them energetically, you know, having experiences with both of them, and with not with both of them, but with all of them, and just being able to, you know, pick up on them energetically. You know, those are ignorant human misconceptions. Okay, so they not tripping off of that. Don't matter if you got black babies, white babies, mixed babies. Don't matter. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know that, because now let's talk about the Sabbaths real quick, guys. Seriously, they are there to be used for a reason. Okay, the last couple of ones have been to show appreciation to your spirits and the witchy ancestors. When you think about it, a deity used to exist as a person. A lot of them used to be people that ascended. These are ascended people. These people, they a lot of deities, they've been used. They have a backstory. And they like for you to say thank you as well, and not just say thank you. They like to spend time with you. Okay? They don't just, you know, so when you go to them and you ask them for something, you know, just think about it. When was the last time you've ever been able to contact your grandmother or either your aunt or your uncle and have a 3-second conversation with them? Oh, just send me money. Send me this. Send me that. Okay, bye. And just click. You know, you say I love you real quick, but it's not. It's like you don't really mean it. You know, they're not gonna give you anything unless you hold some over their head or something. But other than that, they ain't gonna give you nothing. So your deities, they feel the same way. They don't have to do anything for you. Now, a lot of people don't work with deities. I get it, you know, but it's necessary right now. Okay, it's going to be necessary right now. We all have the ability to manifest and to take care of ourselves, but they are there for us and they are communicating with us. Okay, are you participating? because we got to get stuff set up in advance, guys. That's why I always tell y'all a month in advance, get your stuff in. That way you'll already be covered. And my sister, who's in my coven, she's actually going to contribute her contribution, and she's supposed to be getting, she said, and not supposed to be because she always delivers, but she's going to give me another cow skull. And so I plan on having that by the end of this week. Okay, today's Monday. Happy Monday, by the way, guys. Hit that thumbs up, please. You don't mind hitting that thumbs up, thank you. It's only 3 of y'all in here, looks like. Yeah, it is very difficult to manifest when you are under fear, but I can tell you guys that the demon of fear has been wreaking a lot of havoc. Okay, a lot. So it's definitely demon time. And you know, it's the ones that it's because a lot of people work with demons. Okay, you almost have to. Okay, especially if you're doing any kind of spiritual negotiation. Okay, we don't just light candles and pray. We do spiritual negotiations. For me personally, I talk to the spirits about every single one of my clients. I don't just sit there and say, "Oh, I'm going to light a candle," with no communication whatsoever. Also, over here as a client, I don't give nobody out names of my clients. I be seeing people do stuff. If a client wants to come to the chat room and make themselves known, that's fine. But everything over here is confidential. Okay. And also you got to think about you know what debt is and what spiritual debt is and how it converts over to money. Okay, that's why we burn ancestor money. So, you know, y'all have to be careful for trying to do stuff the cheapest way, because when you go that route, you end up regretting it. So I know that there's a lot of people in here that, you know what I'm saying, but when you come over here, it's a totally different thing. Yes, my spirits do want me training people. Yes, they do, because many of you guys need to learn how to exercise yourselves. You can write your own incantation. You can use the one that I teach you. In many ways, well, it has to be spoken in Latin. And y'all know I've been learning Latin. Haven't had time to sit down and take serious classes in Latin, but you know, I can definitely speak it. You know, when I see the words, I know how to pronounce it. You know, so, and you know, knowing what the words mean makes a difference too. So, you know, a lot of people are dealing with really bad demons. And a lot of people think, "Oh, well, I'll just light a white candle." No, it's not going to do any good. Just lighting a white candle is not going to do any good. Okay, I'm serious. And so if you guys want to learn, because it is meant for me to guide high priestesses. Most of you that come to me, I'm supposed to be, especially when you guys are interested in classes or apprenticeship, I'm supposed to be teaching you how to help people the way that I do. Okay. Now, a lot of people have their own ways of doing things, but there's certain guidelines that you want to follow. Because I'm not even going to lie to you, I have seen people dabble. If you're not doing the solstices, and if you're not serious about it, and if you don't know what you're doing, that goes under the category of dabbling. Okay, is what it does. And you don't want to do that. So just be careful. Understand that it's a very serious thing. I know a lot of people make it look like a joke or a gimmick, but it's very serious. And lighting a candle and having a bunch of glittery candles and stuff, if you're not putting the spirit behind it, there's nothing that's gonna happen. Okay? People will just take your money. And you'll wind up coming somewhere where they actually know what they're doing. Okay? Some of us are a little bit more knowledgeable. And if I'm going to teach you, I'm going to teach you with an intent to go out and help people, because that is what my people are meant to do. We need people. Okay, we need people to actually exorcise these people, because they are very demonic and they have no control over themselves. Hey, Jacretia, good morning. Sal Wayne, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Y'all need to join, because we are going to be communing with our witchy ancestors. Whenever you bring up ancestors, people always assume that you're talking about their bloodline ancestors. No, no, no. I'm talking about your ancestors, the witchy ancestors that go back to, I mean, I can't even say thousands of years. Okay, those are the ones. Those are the ones that are going to be giving you the downloads. If you guys are under spiritual attack or under bondage, you're not going to receive that information. So you have to have a filter. You have to be able to filter it. That's what protection is. It's a filter. Okay? That's what it does. You know, the energies that we use, around Samhain are very sacred. Okay? And so there are going to be some things that are over here on this channel, but I'm going to tell you guys something. There's going to be rituals the whole month. I don't just do the rituals and then and not do anything. We work on that stuff all month. Mabon, it was a month of work, but it's worth it, and it was worth it. Okay, so will Sal Wayne. So when y'all get your paychecks or whatever, go ahead and hit up my Cashapp. You know, a lot of people like to be some of the first on the list. That's understandable, because when you pay for anything with me, you're already covered. Also, another thing is that a lot of people need cleanses. There's people out here offering cleanses, but they are demonically possessed themselves. And I'm talking about demonically possessed by the same demon that you're possessed by. So those people can't help. They can't. I'm keeping it real with you. Okay, a person that is demonically possessed, they can't exercise themselves of a demon, of their demon. You have to have a pure heart when you are doing exorcisms. That's why they talk about Jesus Christ all the time. That's why Jesus Christ's name is invoked during a lot of exorcisms. Most people's heart is black. Okay, most people are just black-hearted. You can't have a black-hearted person give your soul back. They don't take it. Okay, period. And then also, I'm gonna tell y'all another thing. There is another step that I do during cleanses that I'm not gonna say, but it is a very important element. You do not want to go somewhere and get a cleanse, and the next thing you know, you're a walking shell. A lot of people would have no way of how to get energy to get to you, and it's very sacred. And I don't even really discuss it with a lot of my clients, but you know, a lot of these people do not have the ability to bring your soul back. That's essentially what we're doing, and that's all that I'm going to say. So, you know, I understand that there's some people out here that they are undercutting people dangerously, and that's going to be dangerous for them. Okay, you know, that is people think, oh, well, I'm just going to charge slightly less than this person, and I'm going to duplicate this person's services. Right. Okay. And I do, and like I told y'all, I do have somebody that steals my videos and uploads them somewhere else to attempt to make money on. So the energy and the information that I have is very sacred. It's so sacred that people want to steal it every single day and try to use it. What I have gifted from the universe is trust, and you cannot steal trust. You can't do it. Okay, it's a very, very sacred energy that ain't too common. Okay, but when you come to me as a client, you learn trust quickly. And I've been able to change people's lives by, because basically it's a frequency, it's an energy that at some point, got cut off. And so you can't manifest without trust. Okay, especially if you are a practitioner. So a lot of this stuff you can't teach you. It's not something that can be taught, but it's something that is gifted to you by God. And if that ability to trust is taken away from you, then you got to look at yourself. You got to wonder what's going on. Now, many of y'all, it's just as simple as a cleanse. I know I did a cleanse on myself today. And it feels good when you do a cleanse. And I'm pretty sure that even when I did that exorcism incantation, a lot of people felt that. Okay, unless somebody is just an empty soulless shell, then it just doesn't matter. And there's that too. There's that too. Okay. So a lot of you guys are natural born witches, and so you are always going to have a problem until you commune with your witchy ancestors. If you're planning on taking classes this winter, I love doing classes over the winter. You can definitely do it, but you have to listen. There's some people that don't listen to me. I hate that. I hate that. I hate it when people don't listen to me. And I drop people as clients for it, guys. I can't stand that. Because if you would just listen to me and follow the instructions that I give you, you're not going to go wrong. But a lot of people will say, you'll trust me to send me $1,000 or $1,500, but then you won't trust the instructions. You have to follow the instructions that I give to you. And they're not going to always be cookie cutter. But the main thing that I'm putting my foot down about is that if I am doing work for you, I am going to make them affordable. Okay, as affordable as possible. But you have got to be with me when we are doing this, or this is something extra. If I did a ritual for you 3 months ago, it manifested, and then here we are at Salwayne or Maybon, you still need to participate. If you are a current client within the past year, and I'm putting my foot down about this, seriously. Okay? Because a lot of people, you'll tell them what needs to be done. I go over that with you during your consultation. I'm very upfront with people. And, the one thing that I can't stand, if I text you and you don't answer me back, we done. So that means that I'm not offering, I'm going to give you protection. But as far as like that ongoing stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that the same spirits that compelled you to contact me, you know what I'm saying, and pay me all that money is because they have destroyed people before. These spirits have and can and will destroy you. So it's not a game, and this is not about being a fraud. People always say about fraud this, fraud that. No, it's not. It's very real. Everybody knows it. Why is it that life gets better? Why is it that you start manifesting the things that you want? Why is that? As soon as you start getting work done, things start to get better. Now, if you're going somewhere and things start to get worse, that's not what's supposed to happen. It's not. And, if that does happen over here, I'm going to be looking at your past life history, which when I do a cleanse on, obviously, some of the spirits that you have connected to are from the past life. And if they do not serve your divine purpose, at least at that time, you know, because they can always come back, reconnect with those energies, you know, then they can. But other than that, you know, you guys are sometimes surrounded by spirits that don't mean you any good. Especially those of you that feel guilty for getting the things that you want in life. You don't have like there's some people, hell, you know, they're manifesting good things, but on some level they feel like they don't deserve it. And if you feel like you don't deserve it, then you're not gonna appreciate it. Appreciation is everything. It's everything, especially when it comes to me, because you know I have a wonderful relationship with all of my clients, you know, and they understand me, and they respect me for the most part. But you know, a lot of people, again, they want to come to me, but they want to okay, so witches, if you are a witch, listen, if you are a witch, there are certain things that are going to harm you, okay? And you have to just accept that these things are harming you and they're not helping you. That you have to remember that you don't have to conform to that stuff. You don't, okay? You don't have to conform to that stuff. Everybody has the right to choose their religion. You know, we got religious demons attacking people every single day, saying that they're doing it for the Lord. You know, which is kind of ridiculous in my opinion, because those people that do that, they don't do work on themselves. They're constantly focused on, like I said, I don't care what religion, what you believe in. I don't care. Okay. If you haven't done it or applied the logic and the knowledge to yourself, okay, it's pointless. Because when you think about it, when you help others, you're helping them, but it doesn't have to necessarily be, oh, I'm just helping them to be selfless. You accept the fact that you did something good. You don't have to go around throwing it up in that person's face every 5 minutes. Okay. So, you know, so yeah, y'all that want classes, that are thinking about getting them, go ahead and get your budget ready for it, because you know, and yeah, you do have to pay for classes. Yeah, you do have to pay for it. And so learning how to exercise yourself, because many of you guys are empathic and you're sponges, and you're walking around and you're pulling in, you know, different things are becoming attached to you. Okay. And I've been getting a lot of hospital workers. I've been getting a lot of nurses lately. For some reason, I've done a reading. The last few readings that I've done have been people in the medical. You guys really need cleanses bad. Okay, not just because of Corona, but just because of the nature of the business that you're in, especially if you work in a hospital. Even if you work in the cafeteria, you're still in a hospital. And there are a lot of spirits, negative and positive, but mostly negative. Okay, people at the hospital, they got people dying, they're sad, there's, you know, and there's, and hospitals are filthy because they do not sage. So I don't care how many times they clean the floors, all hospitals, in my opinion, are filthy because there's no smoke. So they and the natives will tell them that. That's why you don't really, if you go to the hospital, you don't really see too many Native Americans at a hospital because they know that hospital is filthy And if I were, I'd have to be damn near half dead to go to a hospital. I'd have to be, for real, especially right now. So, hey, Yanni. Yeah. Yeah. And you have to be able to catch yourself. And then also there's other things that that you need to know. Things that will save you. A hex will lead you to homelessness and hunger. Yes, hexes will do that. And they are very real. The reason why I can say that is because I speak from personal experience. People that act like, oh, it just is this and that. No, we don't have to lie about the struggle. It's stupid to do that. So, that's why I do what I do, and that's why other people do what they do. Okay. And I want to make sure that my people are as well informed as possible. For example, Mars will be in retrograde until November the 13th. You guys need protection. Mars went into retrograde September the 9th. That's 2 months. Like, what? Didn't it go into retrograde September the 9th? Definitely can feel the energies being manipulated heavily around Mars. And so, you know what? That's the universe. Everybody has a omniverse. So I've been doing planetary cleanses, planetary work. Okay, the planetary cleanses, that's what they're for. I noticed that people start asking about them usually when things are in retrograde. So that's when we do the planetary cleanses, when it's in retrograde. And I would not necessarily take blanket advice for whenever we're having a retrograde period, because I've actually seen articles giving people horrible advice, especially Mercury in retrograde. And you know what they do? They tell people anything and they just believe it and they just follow. Okay. Everybody is constantly setting goals. Everybody constantly. The mind does it automatically. The will, the root chakra does that automatically. Why they would put out an article saying for 2 months, don't try to meet any goals. Y'all got to understand what it is we dealing with here. They want you as dumbed down as possible. I don't care if it's a political demon. I don't care if it's a military demon. When you know how to exercise demons and when you know how to control that energy. By the way, I do practice necromancy. I'm not really as into it. Necromancy is not necessarily about killing folks. Now, it is, usually with necromancy, you can find spirits, okay? You can find them. Like, for example, if somebody says, where is this at? Because there's a lot of people that are just empty. Y'all notice a lot of people, it just seemed like the soul got ripped right out of their body, okay? And this has been going on for the past 10 years. And so I have been meaning to come and talk to you guys about the zombie apocalypse. When I get done with this kitchen and, get Jacob sleep, because Jacob's sleep has been kind of weird, then I will do a show about the zombie apocalypse. It may be later on in the morning, or I might do it real quick. So just make sure that you guys look at that, because that's exactly what we're experiencing. The only thing is that they're not knocking at the back door trying to get in to eat our brains. But we are experiencing like a zombie apocalypse. People are zombies for these entities. Okay, that's why people are acting strange, doing strange things. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? If you just make sure that if you work at a hospital that you cleansing yourself, because you can tell people that are spiritually ignorant that be working at these hospitals and stuff, especially if you work at the mental ward. Good Lord. Those people they're mentally ill, but they're mentally ill because of the spirits around them. So you have to be extremely careful when you're dealing with other people and their spirits, because a person that doesn't understand that, and a person that can't decipher their own thought processes from another, that can be very dangerous. They can be subject to do anything, say anything. And yeah, there's a lot of people that would like to take advantage of people that are like that. And they do it every day. They do it every day, y'all. You be saying, you be like, oh Lord, look at this zombie. There's another one. There's another one, another zombie. And it's very real. You know, and they'll just be running around here, you know, calling you a bitch, a hoe, everything except a child of God. And then when you say something back to them, you know, they act like it's the end of the dang on world, because you're throwing that energy back at them at that moment. You are a mirror and they don't like what they see. So people get angry. Well, then stop misbehaving. Stop being rude to people. Stop trying to impede on people's energy. I was telling somebody yesterday that the reason why those people do that is because they're trying to cloak you and they're trying to bully you. You have to have the will to not let anybody do that. And everybody has that right, including women. Right now, while Mars is in retrograde, it's almost like we done went back to the 1850s, which is a very embarrassing time in history. Very embarrassing. Okay. A lot of, a lot of people, instead of them saying, damn, that, that's kind of messed up, they'll sit up here and try to justify ignorance, but we can't be ignorant no more. That's over. Ignorance is no longer bliss. Okay, we are in the age of Aquarius. Gonna tell, hey, which Halloween costume sells out? The witch. So that's why, witches are heavily fought against, because, well, I'm gonna tell you the reason why is because for some reason men want control over women's power, even men that you're not married to. It's almost like they look at the general public of women as just a smorgasbord of energy for them, especially if they come from a family of women that have been sucked dry, no life left in them. Okay, and so that's why they come out and they seek witches and stuff, because they know we have a lot of energy. Okay. And for people like that, I don't know about y'all, but people that do stuff like that, I have a tendency to get angry, and I will make my energy toxic for that person that's trying to steal from me. You're supposed to. We're not going to sit up here and say, oh, stealing doesn't exist. And it does. It absolutely exists. Okay. People are a trip. People would rather take what you have than develop their own, because people are lazy and they can't figure out a way. And then also people's minds are scattered everywhere. They could not sit down for 5 minutes. I was in meditation for a total of 7 hours today. Most people wouldn't have lasted 7 seconds. They'd have a raven roaming through their mind. You have to be able to clear your mind. And you know how hard it is to clear your mind. Most people can't do it. They thinking about this, they thinking about that, they thinking about this and that, they can't focus. Okay, when you're in ritual. And so you got to be careful with your thoughts when you're in ritual too. When you light a candle and you've got negative subconscious thoughts and all of that stuff, the whole point of doing the work is so that you can fix the problem, not make it worse. You can't do a money spell thinking about welfare. You know what I'm saying? You can't do a money spell thinking about that. You can't do a business success sale thinking about spell or ritual, thinking about getting a job. Because that job ain't gonna do nothing but use your energy and pay you less than what you worth. There's nothing wrong with having a job. We've all been there, done that. But on the flip side, a lot of y'all that are having problems, staying on these jobs. This has already been foretold. There is no such thing as job security anymore. It's been this way for years. You know, back during our grandparents' age, you supposed to be at a company for 20 or 30 years and retire with your little retirement. But that ain't how it is no more. It's not. Okay, y'all know that most of these companies are a revolving door. They don't even do nothing to keep. You know what I'm saying? In fact, they like it that way. They save money probably by doing it that way. So you have to start thinking about your future and start thinking, you know, I've got to figure out where my creativity is at, because, you know, this is not stable. It hasn't been stable for a very long time. I don't know why people still say that. That must be an older person saying that. But even those older people know that they didn't even stay at the same job for 20 or 30 damn years. And they try to talk to us like, oh, y'all just unstable. And no, it's these companies that are unstable. And y'all know that you can do spells and curse companies too. Mm-hmm. You sure can. Because some of these companies are, you know, we ain't even gonna go there because it ain't even worth mentioning. But, you know, you know, a lot of you guys that have the answer to solve your problems, you just have to bring it out. You know, witchcraft is not just knowledge, but it's inner knowing, and then it's also knowing what magic is. How do you actually make a spell work? If look, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it. And it ain't no made up contrived stuff so that you can get scammed on YouTube. Okay. A lot of people are scammers out here on YouTube. Beware of the scammers. I'm talking about deep scam. Okay, to the point where you be sitting there, you go to that person, and then the next day you just empty inside. You don't want things like that. Okay. The whole point is to use the elements, you know, and like I said, showing them appreciation. When I work with fire, I'm truly connecting with that fire, because fire means something. It's very powerful. So is water. So learning to connect to those energies, because without fire, even though fire can be very dangerous, we would be dead without fire. We would be dead without that. You know how they made fire our enemy. Okay, with the word hell. Okay, the threat of hell, which in reality, hell is cold. Hell is not warm. It's not going to be warm down there. You're going to be shivering, hypothermic. There's no warmth in hell. Okay. And ask anybody that's traveled to that realm that was created. You know, they make it look fun. You know, like you just burning for an eternity. You know, it's more so metaphorical. It's more so metaphorical, because to burn for an eternity, it means that you can't really have no physical form. You can't, unless you're gonna come back as a fireman or something, and so they're not gonna let that happen, because then you scare the shit out of everybody, and then people be thinking that it's Armageddon, so they ain't gonna let you do that. Yeah. Well, they can't do nothing, but what I've noticed is what they do is they cause delays, they cause blockages. I've had many people, you know, that are new clients that have been contacting me, that have been saying that they feel blocked. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you are. They are universally blocking everybody. And the people that are blocked and don't know, they want to double block you. So what happens is that everybody else, instead of people being smart, people are very stupid, and they start attacking each other. So that's why the smart people have to stick together, because those are the ones that's going to win. Those are the ones that are going to, get what they want. Okay. And then also making sure that you sustain your life force. Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm done with my dishes, y'all. I appreciate y'all clicking on my link. Like I said, if you're watching through the playback, hit that thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe. If you have been wanting my classes, now is the time for you to inquire about them. But there's a lot of spell work that I'm doing right now. Okay, so I am doing a lot of spell work for clients as well. So, but what I do is I work my students in an hour per day, 3 times per week. Okay. So if y'all want to know about that, contact me. I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful Monday. Make sure that you guys do your protection for the week. And if you're not sure about how to do protection, then you can always contact me. I actually have an advanced witches bottle protection. And it definitely works, especially when it comes to psychic attacks, because psychic attacks are very powerful, because if a person can just psychically attack you, then they can control you. Okay. Also, to remind y'all again, I keep saying do Sal Wayne. Do Sal Wayne. Don't wait until a negative spirit contacts you and starts wreaking havoc on your life. Okay. So make sure that y'all do that. Also, join me on Patreon. Because there's gonna, like, the stuff that I show on YouTube when it comes to the group rituals, it's, especially during this time, we're going to be doing stuff all the time, and then also we're going to get the altar together, or I'm going to get my altar together. And this is a time for us to honor the dead. Okay. So we have to, and it's important to do that, unless you're silly, then you just don't know. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all later. Love and light. Thank you for coming, Orion's daughter. See y'all later.